she's going to be considerably more viable. A lot of her limitations are going to be mitigated to a large extent when you're pairing her with really any other character that can teamwork with her. The thing is, though, when Samus is off stage and recovering, man, Jflex is going to have to find a way to avoid getting destroyed in the 2v1 between this Fox and this Puff. So that's going to be a huge narrative that we're going to have to look out for in this set.
Yeah, most definitely. Green team kind of pushing the center right now, pushing the pace a little bit too. Already a lot of percent put on Swooper, gotta say. That's huge.
Okay, and yeah, and it looks like Jflex isn't even going to bother attempting to recover, just trying to get back to the stage as quickly as possible. And sometimes it's a really difficult decision to make in doubles is, do I even bother trying to recover? Like, what's the value of the chance of me recovering versus the value of me getting back to the stage more quickly to break up the other team 2v1ing my teammate? And you have to make these very, very important decisions in these split-second moments. So that tells you a lot about different players' play styles and kind of what they value.
Yeah, most definitely. Right now, I gotta say, for Jflex, while Swooper was recovering, did a pretty admirable job, too, of dealing with the 2v1. I think that's a very important thing, especially when Swooper's recovering, is how well can weather the storm, because you're gonna be put in 2v1 situations quite a bit.
Oh, wow. Really nice movement there from the player with the tag Hungry Box.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of inspiration indeed, too. Oh, and looks like Jflex is going to lose their stock right now. A great full hop, too, to get out of the situation for the Swooper right now. Not preventing any sort of additional damage. Great forward smash, too, to get them off the stage. And wow.
Wow, just good coverage. They don't cover the ledge, but it doesn't matter. And that's big, too. Like, when you're able to get those double kills, Sheik's getting needles, Samus is getting charge shot. That's a lot of value right there. And all of a sudden, they're that much more threatening in the neutral. You have to be looking out for that if you're green team.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, man. Excellent trying to get them off.
Oh, and Swooper lets it rock. Yeah, I don't hate it. I mean, that's going to hit some of the time. And, wow. Okay, fortunately for Dimension, barely able to snag the ledge there. That could have been really rough if you get hit by that forward smash.
He landing, too, by the Swooper, too. Thought he was going to go and fall under the platform, but no. He goes and lands onto the platform right now, and he gets a down smash to get off stage. They don't off the 2v1.
And that should be a kill unless Dawson can do anything about it. No, unable to reset Dimension after the up B. And now Dawson is also dead. The team with a really healthy lead, kind of seemingly out of nowhere. I didn't even notice it, but they're slowly starting to pull ahead.
It's very methodical, gotta say. Eats it up smash there too, but I'd say that one stock play is pretty big, especially when you have Swooper with the two stocks. That's really big because, I mean, you can tank.
Yeah, and let's see how well he is able to tank. I imagine he will try to allow Jflex to take the initiative here. And yeah, Jflex doing what he can. Swooper just chilling on the platform.
Lots of percent racked up too on Dawson too as we speak. The grab. Oh, they get the rest too, but he's gonna eat a big fat punish, and yeah, that is a massive punish, and now you got a 2v1.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I don't hate going for that rest there. If Dimension's able to reset you, that's amazing value. And when you're down like that, sometimes you got to make a play. Didn't work out that time. And this is looking pretty tough, but it is Fox. He will barely not die off the top, and Dimension with one more chance to try to make it back to the stage. And yeah, I mean, you have so few recovery options that are viable. Nice rising backer. Even the weak hit's going to do it there.
Yeah, pretty tame, gotta say. Very tame, and just they seemed very smooth, the blue team. Gotta say, it was really impressive on seeing how Jflex and Swooper cleaned it up too when things got a little hairy there, and they were able to pretty soundly take that first game, even though they were brought into the 2v1 situation where they're both down to a last stock. They soundly held the lead for most of that game.
To me, it just seems like their strategy is maintain good spacing with one another, throw out really strong, high-priority hitboxes like Sheik down smash, like Sheik forward tilt, like Samus down tilt on platforms. We saw a lot of that from Swooper. He's doing a lot of up tilts as well, just controlling so much space. And when you get a single hit, they're able to convert off of one another. They're able to support one another because they're never straying too far from one another. They're sticking together closely. And I think, again, the onus is going to be on the green team to try to separate them in force 1v1 situations. I also don't think that the green team got too much off of getting Samus off stage and having Samus take a ton of time to recover and then earning that 2v1 situation on Jflex. For whatever reason, I feel like we didn't see a lot of that either. So I think those are some of the things that green team is going to want to look towards if they want to try to exploit some of the, just the team composition's weaknesses a little bit more going into a game too. But every set we've seen so far has been back and forth. A lot of high-level players in this set, and I anticipate some adjustments from the from Slade and Darktooth?
Say probably a smaller stage.
And by Slade and Darktooth, I mean Dawson and Dimension.
I was gonna say, yeah, I'd say a small stage. Oh no, they go FD instead. I was thinking because you got Swooper too that loves to tank, and I'd say like Dream's probably not an ideal pick because Swooper can tank, but FD I imagine seems like a fine medium right now.
My
Counter change right now. My goodness.
Swooper's doing really well already and getting so much off these tech chases. He should have let Jflex take that hit and ran to the right, but they end up nearly closing out the stock on the Fox anyway. Very small little hiccup on their part, but they'll close this out anyway. And that's tough, you know, getting the DI as Fox on that Sheik F tilt. She could always be down smashing there, so it's usually a 50-50. But I don't hate the FD pick either, because Swooper loves going to those platforms, as we saw in Game 1. Taking those away, there is got to be some value there. Jflex has to recover, and he will do so.
Yeah,
and now, he has to land, and Samus is going to have a lot more difficult time getting down, but Dawson not able to avoid the charge shot.
Big fat charge shot too. Also, it's a big fat gimp too. I wouldn't say a gimp, just a really big edge guard too for Jflex right now. Wow, they look very firmly in control of this game right now.
So true, man. So true. All right.
Looking forward to it. Looking for that, especially he doesn't even get the up smash too. That hurts too. Those exchanges hurt so much.
Like, so many of those situations, it just comes down to preparation and knowing your role and executing relatively easy punishes. So you hate to drop those. Nice rest punish there, and that actually kills off the top at 48%. I don't know that anybody was anticipating that, and that's why Swooper DI'd the way he did. And that is a really unfortunate death off the top as well, so not much of an opportunity for him to come back and try to support Jflex either. Main team holding their own.
I was gonna say, all of a sudden we're in even again. It looks like they're firmly in control right now, but they have evened it up too, but only for a brief moment right now. I think that's definitely another thing. Can Dawson get some rest? Can Dawson get the rest? Because man, that will be definitely the game changer in this sort of scenario.
Absolutely, nice tomahawk grab from him. But the thing about grabs and doubles is sometimes you do have to do it just because shielding is so much better. Because grabs are going to be nerfed. But grabs are nerfed, and if you throw, especially if you're a character like Sheik that has relatively slow throw animations, then you're going to get punished by the opponent's teammate more often than not. Definitely. Another tomahawk grab, and again, yeah, Swooper's just going to punish the tomahawk grab, and it's like, what do I do as Dawson in those spots? If I don't grab, I'm hitting his shield. If I do grab, I'm getting hit by the other guy.
Yeah, most definitely. Oh, hanging on right now. The stocks are even right now. Actually, pretty fairly even all of round 2. Oh, never mind. Just as I say that, there goes Dawson just again. But I mean that's gonna be the big thing. Oh, the up throw up there too, racking up some percent right now. 53% on the Fox.
Oh, and that's another big shot. He should be able to. Yes, he barely. It looked almost like he was a little too low, but Dimension is back. He has to stock tank this. Oh, he tries to challenge Sheik's invincibility from the ledge. Doesn't go his way. Swooper just throwing up big hitboxes, finding that dash attack into the falling nair. And yeah, the thing about Puff is, like, how is Puff supposed to save Fox in that situation? You got a Sheik and a Samus in between you and your recovering teammate. And Dawson in a really tough spot here.
Yeah, oh, that's a good start right now, too. And oh, that's a very good call by Swooper now, just to go and stall right now. Not prevent any sort of additional damage being put on. And you can kind of just play safe. You can really just play safe and just kind of wear Dawson out, because you got a lead and you got a charge shot on deck as well.
Exactly, and you have access to essentially unlimited charge shots, because Dawson really can't afford to play too aggressively. And you know, the Sheik, you could just be charging needles, you could just be hitting your forward airs. That DI is barely not going to do it.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't even surprise me too if you fired the charge shot right now. They will not use the charge shot too. It was not needed, but wow, going up 2-0, pretty convincing 2-0 right now. It looked a little bit. It looked like the game was a bit tighter throughout that, but they just kind of, blue team just started inching away a little bit, especially with those big openings too, getting those big edge guards, and also the stock tanking.
Yeah, they're stock tanking really well. Towards the middle of that game, we saw rest. That was kind of an equalizer. Again, that 48% kill off the top on Swooper definitely hurt the blue team for a moment. But again, the blue team, they're so good at saving each other and helping each other stay alive for such a long time. Eventually, they're going to find their openings. Swooper is also just doing such a good job of closing out stocks, hitting really strong edge guards. He had a really nice down smash on a tech chase on Dawson, and Dawson didn't really know. He wasn't expecting it. He died off the side at like 100%. Probably could have lived if he DI'd that a little bit better. So it just comes down to, again, preparedness. I think the blue team is just a little bit more aware of some of these situations. They're able to get situations and things to go in their favor, and it adds up over a long period of time.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I know we talked about how grabs are a bit nerfed too, but we haven't seen a lot of situations where you can see a grab rest or even just any sort of rest, really, from Dawson. We only had that one rest in particular, and that was it. So it's a really kind of shutting down Dawson has been one of the other big game plans as well, coming from blue team.
And I can't stop looking at Swooper, wondering when he's going to let this charge shot go. He takes ledge, and yeah, he's just going to take ledge, cover the high recovery.
Oh, no. Dawson accidentally edge guards Dimension himself too, but he makes it back. No harm, no foul there, I guess.
I don't hate those needles. It's likely they'll probably get the kill on Dimension before long. Good DI from him, though, to get away from the up B and get away from Jflex. It could have been a tough situation. Blue team still with so much stage control and just batting Dimension across. Now, finally, green team with a chance. They need to take ledge, and Dawson can't get there in time, and Jflex is back. Now, Swooper is back. They do get the kill on Jflex, but yeah, it just seems like they're not able to make as much of a use of all like the stage positioning and that kind of value that they're getting. Not as much as the blue team, at least.
Yeah, and also you look at the percent right now, 147 on the Swooper right now, too. That's what we call stock tanking, folks. Stock tanking like it's no tomorrow.
Oh, man.
I mean, at this point, this is just extra gravy right now. If you're Swooper, how much percent can you get? It doesn't even matter if you lose the stock right now. They are just commanding the full right now.
He should not be going in here. He should not have been going in there.
Some confidence was kind of forcing them to go in too. They gave another edge guard too, a good save, but
oh man, I thought running down tilt might have launched Fox again, and the Swooper at 180 now. Nice up smash. They really needed that.
Yeah, 201 right now. My goodness, dude, that's a stock well though, you gotta say. The missile hits him too. Now up a full 2 stocks again.
Yeah, blue team has been surprisingly aggressive when they're at particularly high percents, and they have a teammate that's at low percent that could be the one aggressing. And, you know, Jflex sometimes is like, I'm at 130, screw it. I'm going to go in with the dash attack or a nair or something. Jflex, or Swooper, is kind of doing the same thing, but it's kind of working. It's almost like the green team doesn't expect them to be aggressive in those spots, and it's panning out for them so far. Some double edge guards happening, and I don't know. Yeah, Jflex can't make that back.
Yeah, unfortunately, cannot make it back too. Only grab out the
no.
That's definitely not what you want there. You do not want to be hitting your teammate in that situation too.
Yeah, you really can't afford that. Down 2-0 and fighting for your life in a Game 3 situation. That's the last thing. But you got to brush it off. You got to have a short memory if you want to be a champion. Jflex off stage has to up B. But yeah, the moment that they get the opportunity, Dimension gets sent off stage and they can't capitalize.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Swooper with amazing stage presence and a really good job of enabling Jflex to make it back to the stage. And their team's play has carried them all the way through this set.
Yeah, great points right now on the percent. I mean, now you can start playing the percent game if you're blue team. How much percent can you rack up to where it's pretty easy to just get that kill? Because, I mean, they have such a big lead.
Yeah, and Swooper just continued to go for these. Oh, what a
power shield on the charge on too, but he gets it all such out of it too. They actually cleaned it out a little bit. Maybe that's a big play they needed to maybe spark some momentum back into the set.
Yup, uncharacteristic ST from Swooper, but I don't think it's going to be enough. That should probably do it. No, neither of them throw out a hitbox, and Dimension's back. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, good F tilt. Yeah, that's not going to be a gimp. It's not going to be that easy Dimension, and that is
definitely the set too. A little bit of stop once there, and that's the set. But yeah, a little bit of flare of excitement at the end from both sides too. And the Swooper and Jflex will move on with a 3-0 victory, eliminating Dawson and Dimension.
Yeah, 5th place. Seventh place. Still very respectable in this bracket. A lot of big names. Again, they had to beat a lot of good teams to make it this far. But yeah, wow, first 3-0 of the set. That bodes really well for them